Morning. Do you guys struggle with trying to find a fitness program that works for you? It's no wonder, right? With all these fad diets and all these gimmicks and late night infomercials that have all these gadgets that promises to have a quick fix weight loss that never works. It's kind of hard trying to filter in and finding the right advice, right? Well, today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about applying the FITT principle that's going to help you find the true-fight way of finding a fitness program that works for you. So get ready. My name is McAdams, and welcome to the session of Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. This is where we're going to be doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. And again, my name is McAdams. I'm an author. I'm also a college professor and a life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and also fitness. So I help people reach their goals. Good morning, Nell Bell. Good to see you. I want to thank you guys for taking this opportunity to watch this live broadcast, and thank you for adjusting the time with me today. Hi. I remember Monday when I was like seemingly drunk on air because I didn't have enough protein on my body because I subbed the cycle class. Well, I subbed the cycle class again this morning, so but this time hopefully I'm a little better. I did get some protein in my body a little bit earlier than last time, but still probably not enough. So again, just bear with me on this one. But we're just going to do like a little quick lesson on the FITT principle. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you about what FITT is, what the FITT principle is. We're going to talk about how it interconnects and also how to use the FITT principle. Now, have you actually heard of the FITT principle? Now, FITT, I'm not talking about FIT, I'm actually talking about FITT. So FITT is an acronym. Okay, so it's FITT. And the F stands for frequency, the I stands for intensity, the first T stands for time, and the second T stands for type. Okay, so it's the FITT principle. And basically what the frequency is the how often that you work out. And that's usually expressed in like number of days. Like, right, I work out 3 days a week or 5 days a week or didn't work out at all. All right, then you have the intensity. The intensity is how hard you work out. And that's usually measured in terms of low, medium, or high intensity. Okay, like, oh, I did a low intensity workout, or it was a high intensity workout, or I was a moderate rate intensity workout. And then we have the time, and the time stands for the time of day that you work out, and then also how long it lasts. Like I worked out in the morning, like I just worked out in the morning, and it was an hour-long workout, okay? And then for the other T is for the type, and the type is the kind of exercise that you're doing. For example, was the cardiovascular or cardio type of exercise, which is what I did. I did a cycle class. Or was it a strength training exercise, or is it a combination? Okay, so we're going to talk about that FITT principle and how you can apply that, which is a true-fight way, by the way, of helping you figure out the right program that's going to work for you. All right, now with the FITT program, they all are interconnected, like the F, the I, and both the T's, they're all interconnected. So for example, let's say that for the frequency, if you're going to be working out at a high intensity, what's going on with my headphones? Like my headphone thing just came up. Make sure I'm okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you hear me okay? All right, so if you're doing, let's say, a high intensity workout, you may only work out 2 or 3 days a week with a high intensity workout. And then as far as the time is concerned, it may be like maybe 30 minutes, maybe a 30-minute high intensity workout that you do 3 times a week, and you do it in the morning. Okay, or it could be a moderate to low or low to moderate. Okay, thank you. A low to moderate intensity workout, and you may do this for a duration of 5 days a week. And it may be something like walking or jogging or something like that. Okay, so it's all interconnected. Now, how does it work for you? Well, it's going to depend on what your goals are. So what is it that you want to do? Is it that you want to lose weight? Do you want to burn fat? Do you want to increase your muscular strength? Do you want to oh gosh, there's all kinds of goals. In other words, what is it that you want to accomplish? And based on what you want to accomplish, that's how you're going to determine how the FITT principle is going to work for you. All right, so let's do some examples here just so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So let's say that your goal is to increase your endurance, your cardiovascular endurance, okay? So in order to increase your cardiovascular endurance, you may say, okay, and let's say I'm a beginner. That's number one. You have to know what level you are, right? So you have to know what your goals are. You have to know what level you are. And also be realistic, right? With those goals, you're not going to come off from being a couch potato to being a marathon runner within a week. Okay, so be realistic with those goals that you set for yourself. So let's say that I want to increase my endurance. Let's say I'm a beginner, and let's say I've been doing some walking, some light jogging, but I want now to start running longer. So I may say, okay, so I'm going to start working out 5 days a week. Remember, I've already been working out. This is not me starting from a sedentary position or place. So I've already been working out. Let's say I've already been doing this 3 days a week for an extended period of time. So I want to increase my endurance. So I'm going to increase my workout time to I'm going to go in the morning for an hour, and it's 5 days a week, and I'm going to do a jog. And I'm going to do a jog at a moderate intensity, okay? And I'm going to go for a minimum of 30 minutes, okay? Preferably an hour, but a minimum of 30 minutes. That's how you apply the FITT principle, okay? And again, the frequency is how often you work out. Now, generally speaking, if you are doing, hi Nisi, if you are doing, let's say, a low to moderate intensity workout, you can do those like 5 days a week, okay? 5 to 6 days a week. If you're doing something that's high intensity, you may want to cut that back to maybe 2 to 3 days a week, okay? So that's how you work with the frequency. Now, with the intensity, I mentioned that the intensity was either low, medium, or high. Well, how do you gauge that? Well, that's subjective, right? It's individual. It's based upon each individual person. Now, I explained yesterday the perceived exertion scale, which I love to use, which is the easiest one to use for me. And it's a scale from 1 to 10, meaning 1 being the low intensity or the lowest intensity, and then 10 being the highest or strenuous type of workout. Now, I explained it yesterday as I used the perceived exertion scale in a cycling class, but in a general sense, on a scale from 1 to 10, 5 would be like your middle ground. So if you're doing, let's say, low intensity, it may be anywhere between, like, say, 1 to, like, let's say, a 5 or something, 1 to a 5, and maybe a middle ground would be 5 or 6, and then high intensity would be like a 7 or 8, okay? So that's how you would use that. Now, another way that you can use the intensity is by using your heart rate, okay? So if you know, the recommendation of heart rate training is for cardiovascular exercise is 3 days a week, minimum 3 days a week for 30 minutes. And they usually recommend anywhere the intensity from 50 to 85% of your maximum heart rate. So you say, well, how do I find my maximum heart rate? Well, I'm going to give you really three ways that you can do it. One way is actually using 220 minus your age, and you take the percentages based upon that. Another way that you can do it, which is more effective, would be to calculate your resting heart rate. Now, in order to calculate your resting heart rate, you have to do that early in the morning, like before you get out of bed. You basically do it with your 2 fingers, not your thumb. You can do it on your wrist. You can also do it here. But you count for 15 seconds, and if you count for 15 seconds, you multiply it by 4. Or you can count for 30 seconds. And if you count for 30 seconds, you just multiply it by 2. All right, so you count, let's say I did it for 30 seconds and I counted 32 beats per minute for 32 beats. Then I multiply it by 2, that's 64 beats. So my resting heart rate is 64 beats per minute for that day. You do it for 5 days, okay, 5 days. And then once you do it for 5 days, then you see and calculate the average of it. And then that will give you what your resting heart rate is. And then the third way, what you would do is you can go online. They have all these types of calculators that you can find. You can put in your resting heart rate. You can put in your percentage. You can put in your age, your weight. There's all types of calculators online that will help you calculate your your target heart rate. And then the third way, and probably the most efficient way, well, it really depends if you want to say most efficient, but another way to do it would be to actually buy a heart rate monitor. Now, the heart rate monitors are great because not only does it calculate it, but you can actually program it. And it works online where you can actually see, it will tell you what your low, medium, and your maximum target heart rate is. And it shows you the graphs that you can actually plug in with the software. Okay, so that's 3 different ways that you can actually calculate your target heart rate for the intensity. Now, as far as the time is concerned, again, what works best for you? Now, for me, I actually prefer to work out in the morning because if I get it done, now there's no excuses. No excuses whatsoever. I got it done. I'm out of the way. I just did an hour cycle class. I got my workout done. Now I have the rest of the day, and there's no excuse. Now, some people prefer to work out, let's say, in the evening, like right after work. Like they have a routine. Once they leave work, then they go work out. And it's a great way to relieve stress from the day's work. Okay, some people, like I remember when I was working a full-time job, I actually would love doing it at lunchtime. I would literally take my lunch hour or half hour or whichever, depending on how long I had, and I would go work out then because I love working out during lunchtime. But again, it depends on you, and of course with the time, it depends on how long you have. Like in the morning, I have an endless amount of time, right? Get up earlier. I know some of you are like, I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. Yes, drill sergeant. If that's like totally oblivious to you, like you don't know what I just talked about, it's because you haven't been following me. I've been talking about your subconscious mind for like ever. Anyway, you can watch all these recordings taped on my YouTube channel. Just search for me if you're wondering what I'm talking about with the drill sergeant and the recruits. So anyway, depending on what works for you is going to determine the best time. And that goes the same way for the type as well. Like what is your preference way of working out? Again, all of this goes back to what are your fitness goals. Remember, I talked about that at the beginning. That's the first thing that you want to do is determine your goal. And then whatever goal that you set for yourself, that's also going to help you fit those fit pieces together, right? So the type of exercise you do. So let's say that one of your goals is to increase your, you want to tone. Yeah, that's a good one. You want to tone your body. Okay, so you say, oh, okay, I'm going to do some strength training, which is a perfect way to tone your body, right? You're not going to say, I'm going to do some cardiovascular. Can that tone your body? Yeah, but is there a more effective way? Absolutely. You can do some weightlifting. So then you say, okay, so I'm going to do some toning. So that's the strength training. Or you may say, I want to increase my muscular endurance. So with the muscular endurance, that may mean that you're going to have the lower weight, higher reps. Or you may say, my goal is to build strength. Well, if your goal is to build strength, then you're going to be doing heavier weights and less rep. Okay, so see how the FITT principle works, and it can actually is a true fire way to help you find an efficient workout program that's going to work for you. All right, so hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions on anything I'm talking about, and I know you know this already because a lot of you are doing it, but I want to make sure it's open and I actually say this. Make sure that you reach out to me on offline, or if you want to put it in the comment section. I know a lot of people say, I'm not really feel comfortable writing my questions. I just want to talk to you privately, which is fine. Go ahead and message me either on Facebook, or if you have my email, you can email as well. If you have my cell phone, you can text me. But if you do have any questions, I am available to answer them for you, in particular because this is supposed to be like a 5-minute, mind stimulated conversation in the morning. Sometimes it turns out a little longer. But if you do have any, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And by the way, also, please share this information. Remember, sharing is caring. So, I'm wondering what's going on. I forgot to check my battery. So when I woke up this morning, or when I got in here, I noticed that I was only at 14% on my iPad. So I want to make sure I ran out of juice, so I was plugged into it. Just like you're plugged in as well, right? All right, so how you guys doing this morning? How's everything going on this good Thursday morning? Oh, what's today? Thursday, Friday. By the way, I kind of want to give you a heads up. I forgot to turn on my light. I want to give you a heads up. I may not be broadcasting live on Saturday. I'll know more Friday. I'm actually having some surgery on my nose. You're like, oh, what's going on with your nose? Are you getting a nose job? Well, kind of, sort of, but not for cosmetic. I have a deviated septum in my nose. It's hereditary for me. And so, my brother had the surgery, so now I'm about to have the surgery as well. So basically, I'm having the surgery tomorrow, but don't worry, I will be broadcasting tomorrow because my surgery is not until in the afternoon. But I just want to kind of give you a heads up that I may not be broadcasting Saturday morning because I probably won't feel like doing it. And then depending on how I look, I may not even be able to broadcast on Monday because I may have like stents up in my nose. So I'll figure it out, but I will let you know on my fan page whether or not it will be canceled or whatever. So just kind of stay tuned. Okay, so let's go on and move on to the yoga portion of this. Remember, I like to remind you that yoga is a practice. Why do I say that every single time? For 2 reasons. One is because I don't want you to sit here and watch me. I'm inviting you to join me in doing this yoga practice. And then the second reason why I remind you, which is probably just as important, it is just as important, is because I want you to be patient with yourself as you're going through the practice of yoga. Okay, it's not a perfection, it's a practice. And the same thing, immediately after yoga, we go right into the meditation. Meditation is a practice. So I invite you to join me as I guide you through a guided meditation, and then be patient with yourself. As a beginner, with meditation, it can be very, very frustrating because you feel like you're not doing it right. But I guarantee you, if you're practicing, meaning you're doing something, you're closing your eyes and really trying to focus, and you're practicing it, you are doing it right. Okay, so be patient, be gentle, be kind, be loving to yourself, have compassion. These are all the things that you would have for anyone else. So why not start with yourself first? Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started here because I need to get me something to eat, and I don't want to eat just before yoga. That's another reason. If you're wondering, well, why didn't you get you something to eat? I knew I was going to be practicing yoga, and you don't want to practice yoga or on a full stomach, okay? Because last time, literally, remember I told you Monday, I actually had some yogurt just before I went live, and even in the yoga, I was like, oh gosh, this is not really good to have yogurt before doing yoga, but I had to have something. So this morning, I had a boiled egg. So let's see how the boiled egg works with me with doing yoga. So immediately after yoga, we go right into the meditation. You guys ready? Tabletop. Hands, palms underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips, and let's get started with this practice. All right, so make sure your fingers are spread out nice and wide, and uncurl your toes. Again, your palms are directly underneath your shoulders, your knees are directly underneath your hips, and just in this moment right here, just kind of move around, just do what feels comfortable. Maybe move your head, kind of massage your neck, back and forth, up and down, left to right. Maybe drop your chin and roll it around your chest a little bit. Take the hips from side to side, and just kind of do what feels comfortable. It's early in the morning, and you're getting ready to do your practice of yoga. All right, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. And as you inhale, I want you to drop your belly down toward the mat. Forehead goes up toward the sky. Your chest comes forward. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your chin down to your chest. I want you to round through the spine and tuck your pelvic under. This is a cat-cow that I love to do to warm up. You've probably seen most of my yoga routines starting like this. Not all, but most. Or at least they will have it in there because I love doing this as a warm-up. You notice like babies and stretches and cat stretch, like it just feels so good to do this cat-cow stretch. Particularly as you're starting your practice of yoga, getting your body nice and warm is a great warm-up. Again, use your breath. Inhaling nice and deep, and as you exhale, blow it out through your mouth. Really go inward now. Use this time to go inward and just see how your body stands. Let's do it one more time. A nice deep breath. And this time as you exhale, return back to tabletop. All right, let's go ahead and just kind of look over to the shoulders. I'm looking over to my right shoulder. My hips are going over toward the left. And again, during this time right now, you're getting the feel of how your body feels at this moment. Okay, because you may have intention to really do a strenuous workout or, you know, have a really great yoga practice, but your body may be telling you something different. So it's very, very important that you start listening to your body. So during this time right now, I'm actually taking my time and I'm listening to my body. I'm just hearing and seeing what it's saying to me. I'm going internal, I'm seeing if I'm tight, and I'm addressing those areas. So I want you to do the same thing. Now I want you to curl your toes under and let's take it to downward facing dog. And start to pedal those legs. Now remember, the downward facing dog is a resting position. This is a really good position right here to, again, just kind of look and see what's going on with your body. I'm pedaling my legs. I'm feeling the stretch down from my heels all the way to my glutes. I'm feeling the stretch from the fingertips all the way to the shoulder blades, to the mid part of my back. I'm breathing. I'm bringing breath, positive energy into my body, and I'm exhaling all the tension and negative energy that's located within. Remember, if this is too much, if this is too strenuous for you, feel free to take your legs out wide on the edges of the mat if you are using the mat, and do a wide-legged stance, downward facing dog. Sometimes it may call for you just to hold a child's pose or even tabletop. Okay, again, listen to your body. Now, on the next breath, I want you to bring that left knee in towards your chest, and I want you to extend that left leg all the way back. I want you to press your chest toward the right thigh and knee, and I want you to bend that left knee and really open up that hip. All right, now this is where you start to feel the gentle stretches in your body, so I want you to just kind of take a few moments here, really listen, breathe, nice deep ujjayi breaths, and really direct your breath toward those tight areas that you're feeling in your body. Really open up the hip joints. All right, let's go ahead and straighten out that leg, and let's bring that left foot forward toward the fingertips, and let's take it up to a high lunge. Now in this high lunge position, as your arms go up, I want you to sink your hips down toward the mat. Also relax your shoulders. Keep your head in alignment with your bicep. Let's take the forehead up to the sky. Giving thanks for another beautiful day. Make sure that your front knee is directly underneath the ankle. If this is too much strain and stress on your neck, feel free to look forward. Also feel free to bring your palms together at the heart center. Okay, there's a lot of modifications. If this high lunge is too strenuous for you right now, drop that back right knee and take it to a low lunge. All right, let's go ahead and bring our palms together at the heart center at the same time as we're exhaling. I'm going to rotate over toward the left. And I'm going to drop that right shoulder down over that left knee. Now remember, I want you to uplift. So press those palms together. And I want you to lift your belly button away from your thighs, okay? Don't collapse on that thigh and rest. I want you to uplift the body. Really opening up that chest and make sure that you're breathing. Now let's go ahead and release the right fingertips toward the mat and really open up the chest by taking the left fingertips up toward the sky. Now your gaze is following your thumb, but if it's too much strain and stress, feel free to look forward, and you can also look down. Now the tendency here is to really lift those hips up and release the knee. Keep the knee bent and press the hips down toward the mat. And breathe. Listen to your body. Now go ahead and let's place both palms flat, and let's hold the plank right here for 3 deep breaths. Remember, you can modify, you can release your knees, uncurl your toes, and modify the plank. Over time, as you get stronger, this will become less strenuous for you, but again, listen to your body. Now let's take it back to downward facing dog and continue the pedal. Remember, this is resting, so if you need to, take it to the tabletop, child's pose, what feels comfortable to you. All right, let's take a deep breath. Let's come up on the top of our toes. And then roll down through the balls of your feet all the way down toward the heels. Let's do that again. Come up. As you inhale, and as you exhale, roll all the way down from the balls of your feet all the way to the heels. One more time. Let's do that again. Okay. On the next inhale, we're going to bring that right knee in toward your chest and then extend that right leg up toward the sky. Press the chest toward the left thigh and knee, and then we're going to open up the hip by bending that right leg. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. Let's take off these socks here. They were slipping. Remember, listen to your body. What does it feel like? Where is it tight? Direct the breath toward that area. All right, straighten out that right leg. Bring the foot toward the fingertips, and let's take it up to a high lunge. Again, nice deep ujjayi breaths. Press those shoulders down away from your ears. Palms are facing each other. Forehead goes up to the sky. You're giving thanks. Now bring the palms together, heart center as you rotate. Again, press those thighs together. Open up your chest. Belly away from the thighs. Breathe. Release. And open. After a while of meditating, you get used to being just quiet and still. Doesn't have a lot of noise. I like having music though. All right, let's take it back to the plank. Three deep ujjayi breaths, guys. Remember, you can modify it, release those knees if you need to. It's okay if your body starts to shake. And let's take it back to downward facing dog. Nice. All right, keep your palms flat. Go ahead and walk your feet toward your palms. And if you need to, keep your knees bent because I want your palms flat. But let's go ahead and just forward fold here. Again, my legs are extended, but if you need to, Your chest can be on top of your thighs. Just keep your palms flat on the mat. Let the crown of your head bring your body weight naturally forward. Now slowly round up. One vertebrae at a time. Just take your time here. Making sure that your head is the last to rise. All right, let's take it to mountain pose. Feet are directly underneath your hips, fingertips down by the side, head is natural extension of the spine. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling. Greet the palms together. As you exhale, dive the body forward. Press our palms flat, walk your feet out toward the edges of the mat, and as you exhale, release the tailbone. Sit bones all the way down toward the mat. Using your elbows to push out on those inner thighs, let's greet the palms together again at heart center and bow our head. Now go ahead and release the left palm down. Take the right arm up and over. Now as I'm doing this, I'm preparing for another pose. So what I want you to do is I kind of want you to put your armpit on the outer part of that thigh. We're not going to do it now. We'll eventually work our way to it. I just want you to prepare what I'm doing. All right, let's go ahead and release and switch. Take the right palm. Now you can probably see what I'm talking about. So I'm putting my armpit here, and I'm really pressing as close as I can on the outer part of my thigh as my opposite arm goes up and over. We won't get into it today. I'm just preparing you for it. All right, go ahead and place both palms back down, and then take them behind you, and then go ahead and transition your body weight and come forward facing with the comfortable cross-legged sitting position, making sure that you're on your sits bones and off the fleshy part of your bottom. Take the fingertips down toward the mat. Take a nice deep breath. As you inhale, take the fingertips up toward the sky. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders. Fingertips go right back down toward the mat. Again, as you inhale, fingertips go up toward the sky, bringing in all the positive energy. And as you exhale, release stresses, negative energy all the way down. Blow it out. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhaling. Encapsulate all that nice positive energy. Bring your palms together at the very top. Exhale down through the center at your heart center. And namaste. Okay, ready for meditation? Take a nice deep breath for me. And as you exhale, just release your chin down toward your chest. As you inhale, bring your chin up, forehead goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your chin down toward your chest. Again, as you inhale, your head and your chin goes all the way up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your chin down toward your chest. One more time. As you inhale, get your head and chest all the way up. Chest is going to rise, forehead goes up toward the sky. This time as you exhale, bring your chin forward. Keep your eyes closed. Nice deep Ujjayi breath. Kind of get a feel of where you are. What does your body feel like? Particularly after that practice of yoga, your body should hopefully feel nice and loose. On your next breath, as you inhale, I just want to continue to notice that the sounds that may be around you, maybe sounds inside of the room, sounds outside of the room. I want you to know that these sounds are not distractions or disruptions. They're simply sounds that are happening around you. Just focus on your breath, inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. As you breathe, your mind may start to wander. Thoughts coming from all over the place. Just be gentle, push them aside, and just focus on your breath. As you inhale, I want you to focus on your stomach rising. And as you exhale, focus on it falling. Just really observe the sensation of the breath moving in and out of your body. Just follow your breath in, the chest is going to go up. And follow your breath out as your chest is going to go down. Again, more thoughts are wandering in your mind. Just gently push them aside and just focus on your breath. Follow that breath coming in and out. Forget about your past. Forget about the future. Focus on the here and the now in this present moment. Again, as your mind starts to wander, just bring your attention right back to your breath, following it in and out. Just bask in the silence of just your breath, just sitting and breathing. Be comfortable in the stillness. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Inhale into your nose. And exhale to your mouth. Again, nice deep breath. Inhale into your nose. And exhale into your mouth. One more time, deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Okay, go ahead and open up your eyes as you release, relax, and return refreshed and calm. You've done something good for yourself. Thank you for taking this time to meditate with me. Thank you for including me in your meditation practice. And thank you for taking the time to watch this transform your life in 15 minutes. Your word for today is survival. You are a survivor. I want you to enjoy yourself, and I will see you the same time. Actually, not the same time. I'll see you regular time, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Bye. Have a good day.